Bonjour. My name is Abomination, and welcome back to the RoDL Week 9 versus the Seattle Supersonics. Okay! Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Okay. So there's no Togekiss, and 3 of his Pokemon are male. He does bring the Keldeo, which is kind of scary. I'm just gonna lead Yancy, like I said. It has to be Life Orb Keldeo in order to knock me out one shot. I'm gonna wait a little bit so it's not too obvious what I'm doing. Attract is very good against him. Rotom can do something against it, but Rotom can't hurt Zarks. I forgot to say that. Rotom, I brought the electric Zarks for Rotom as well because I was afraid of it. He can't trick my item, and I resist both its flying and the electric type moves. If it burns me, that's fine, I still have special attacks. And I can fire off Surfs. So at 30 seconds here, I'm going to go ahead and accept. Whew. I am nervous to kind of see some of those guys. It's a very intimidating looking team. Hyperior is always a scary threat. But I mean, look at my team though. My team's also going to be just as scary, right? Whew. So I'm still recording with my stuff. He's gonna be one of those cards that is gawking at that weird chef guy. That's fine with me, whatever. We're gonna get Scarlet, which is gonna be Keldeo. This is exactly the lead I wanted. If he flip turns me, it is devastating for him. I'm going to Trick Room and not overthink it. If he Hydro Pumps me, it is scary, because if he's Life Orb, he could one-shot me. If he Specs, he could one-shot me. If he Flip Turns, he's just made a huge mistake. If he hits me for neutral damage, that's again fine by me. My nerves just escalated very high. I really want him to flip turn me. If he does, I'm in such a good spot.
You're a rude son of a bitch!
Now that's something I actually overlooked. I did not expect a taunt, but what happens if I Moonblasted there? I don't have it, I have Draining Kiss. But what happens if I Moonblasted there? I'm actually not going to want to do this with this Keldeo right now, so I'm gonna go ahead and switch to Gelatin here. I will activate that later on. I'm gonna try to. He's gonna switch, so he made the right play. He's probably gonna go. This is Sorry. Jirachi. Fine by me. Fine by me. We can go Jirachi. I'm gonna go ahead and use Will-O-Wisp. Burning Jirachi is huge. I'm gonna go ahead and use Will-O-Wisp. His name is Sorry because it flinches me to death. That's what it does. It's Cosmic Power. Then it's a bit scary, but it can't heal outside of Wish. And Protect. So that would mean 2 of its moves are gone. So, and you know, Will-O-Wisp just has a 0% chance to miss. Everyone knows that. But he might just switch. He might fear a attack here. He switched to Jirachi thinking I was just going to Fairy move, which is correct. I was close to doing that. But I did decide to switch here. So I didn't want to have to deal with anything else. So I didn't know Keldeo got taunt. Actually, I did read that, but I didn't anticipate it. I thought he was just going to hit me. He's going to go ahead and Calm Mind. So he's a special set. I'm not too worried about this. I have an Entei that's Assault Vested, so I should be able to tank anything that this wants to do. If I miss, that's annoying. Do not miss. So I'm going to burn this. This thing can't really hurt Entei, so I'm not worried about the Calm Mind here. So I'm actually just going to go ahead and switch to Entei right now. Because he can hit me, sure. I'm Assault Vested. So I'm not really worried about it. And then I get a Sacred Fire, right? I'm not worried about this +1 Psychic might hurt, but I've got +1 Special Defense because I'm Assault Vested, so is this going to do neutral damage to me? If it does half to me, I'll actually be very surprised to see that. He's gonna go for the Psychic, which is kind of what I thought, but I am gonna tank that. He is not gonna drop me, so I'm Assault Vested. He's probably gonna know that now. I get the Sacred Fire here, though. Nothing on this team wants to take the Sacred Fire, especially this Jirachi. So I am just going to Sacred Fire. Even Keldeo is going to take a big chunk. This Jirachi can hit me with another Psychic if it wants, but if I can get rid of it, that's great. It's going to start taking Residual as well, so if he switches out, again, that's fine by me if he switches out. It's not going to be a flinching set, because he's going to know that I'm inner focus. So he's going to switch, so burning anything else on his team, he's just going to go back into Keldeo. That's fine by me. This is a big hit still. Kind of. It's not very effective, but I am going to burn this Keldeo here. This is leftovers. So it's a leftovers Keldeo. That kind of tells me his attack investment is not going to be very high, but I'm going to nullify that. I'm going to nullify those leftovers with that burn, and I can easily switch to Jellicent here. There's no reason not to. It can't do anything against me. The only thing that maybe is if he performs a double here, and if he switches, I get to see who's faster in that matchup. He's going to go for Toxic. That's very, well, you know, it's very toxic. But that's fine by me. It's okay by me. It's not fine by me. It's okay. It's okay. I have no way to get rid of it. This is the first time I've seen Toxic this season. Finally, it makes its debut. But do I get a free Shadow Ball here? Weavile can come in. Nothing else wants to take it. This can take the Shadow Ball. It can't heal though. This can take the Shadow Ball. Obviously, Jirachi does not want to take the Shadow Ball. Weavile can take it, but I kind of want that thing to come in. So I'm just going to go ahead and Shadow Ball. Being poisoned is annoying, but I'm going to see what he wants to do. He might be Protect. He might just Protect here. If I'm being, in all honesty, he might just Protect here. Toxic is annoying. He's going to taunt me, but I Shadow Balled. That's fine. I have nothing to worry about with that taunt. This is going to do a decent amount of damage to this. Maybe 25%. Yeah, about that. So good damage on the Keldeo there. I get the Shadow Ball again. We're all going to take Residual, which is going to eat away at the timer here. I kind of want to switch, because I think he's going to switch. But what does he switch into here? To take a hit, he switches into something else. Obviously. Duh. I don't know why I just said that. He's going to switch to Weavile, I think, to take this Ghost move. If that's the case, I'm just going to go ahead and switch. I'm going to go ahead and switch to Zarks. Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and switch to Zarks here. He switches. Phantom, which is going to be this thing. So this thing can't hurt Zarks outside of Toxic, which now I know he might have the nerve to bring. But he's going to see that I'm the electric type of ally here, and he's going to want to... He's going to want to switch, very likely, into Rhyperior. However, Rhyperior doesn't want to take a Surf, and it especially doesn't want me to switch. I can easily Parting Shot here. I'm just going to Parting Shot, play it safe. I'm not going to attack yet. I'm going to Parting Shot, see what he wants to do. He might just stay in and attack and Toxic me, which could be annoying, but I'm not that worried about it. So yeah, he's going to stay in. So I should have just stayed in and just hit this with a multi-attack, which I was close to doing, but I didn't quite do. But he's likely going to do something fancy now. Not exactly sure what. Something fancy that he could do. He's not going to attack me. I can go into Deontay here. And whatever this wants to do, I think. If it tricks me, that's actually a good play, because the trick wouldn't work. He's going to Volt Switch. So So at -1, this isn't going to do much, but now he gets to switch. I don't know what he's going to switch into, though. Jirachi's not physical. Jirachi's not physical. Volt switches. I could have multi-attacked there. That would have done big damage to that Rotom. But that tells me I'm faster than his Rotom with Savali, so he's not scarfed. That damage doesn't look like specs, so I don't know what he could be. He's likely large. He's gonna go into Rhyperior. That's fine by me, because if I Trick Room here and he Earthquakes, I can actually tank that hit. So I'm gonna go ahead and Trick Room here.
Kill me, I'm here!
He's gonna Stealth
Kill
Rocks
me!
as I Trick Room.
I'm here! Kill me! Come
That's
on!
fine.
Kill me! I'm here!
With my speed, I might just be able to. I should be able to outslow this thing.
Come on! Do it now! Kill me!
He's not. I'm just gonna Drain and Kiss this. See how much this does. It's not gonna do much. That does nothing, but I'm gonna heal almost back to full. And if he hits me here, that's a big mistake on his part. He's gonna Earthquake. That's gonna be a weakness policy boost. He does not crit me, so that's a weakness policy boost. That's a weakness policy boost. This is leftovers. And now I get to fire off +2 Draining Kiss, which will almost heal me back to full, so I can actually beat this thing now. And I am slower than Jirachi under the Trick Room here, so I can actually just Draining Kiss this, and I'm gonna get back. Oh. Enough health to live an Earthquake. No? I might barely live. I'm gonna barely live on 23 health. Now I'm gonna Earth Power this thing. And with at the HP it's at, oh, it's gonna be close. He's actually walls me a little harder than I thought here. I maybe should have Diamond Stormed, but now I'm gonna Earth Power here, and I'm gonna see what this is gonna do to his team here. It's gonna hurt this thing, and if he switches, I'm still slower than everything else on his team here, so that might be okay with me. I'm actually surprised that did that little amount of damage. It's a low base power move, but I'm still at +2. But now I'm gonna Earth Power, and this is gonna hurt. If he's not weakness policy, so that's gonna take this thing out. That's great. Rhyperior is gonna go down. That's gonna take this thing out, which means I am faster than everything else on his team for another turn, and I get to Drain and Kiss something else. He's gonna go into this. Why does he go into this? I'm still under Trick Room. Why does he go into this? I'm gonna go ahead and Diamond Storm this. It doesn't have priority. So he switches. He baited the rock move. He goes into Jirachi. He baited that move. That was should have been obvious, but there was nothing else I could have done. This should still do some good damage, so yeah, it's still gonna hurt this Jirachi. And he's gonna take more burn damage, so I'm actually okay with that switch. Twisted Dimensions are back to normal. If he wants to try to be fancy and Calm Mind, I'm just gonna Earth Power and teach him a lesson for that, but he's just gonna finish me. That seems obvious to me. He's just gonna finish me off. That's fine by me. Getting rid of Rhyperior is great, so Zarks goes in now, firing off big multi-attacks. He is just gonna knock me out. He's just gonna take out Deontay, which is obvious. Obviously, it's gonna take out Deontay, but more residual burn damage on this thing, and I can go back. I can actually go into Kartana here, and I can use Knockoff. I wish I could see his team. He's with Keldeo to tank that, but that's risky for him. That is like risky. I could go into Sacred Fire. I mean, I could go into Entei here and use Sacred Fire, or I can go into Zarks. Multi-attack at this range might be able to finish it, but I actually think I'm just gonna go. Yeah, I'm actually gonna go into Zarks and fire off multi-attack. Based on his spread, he might not be faster than me. If he is, good for him. I'm gonna take rocks. That's bad. This is gonna be bad for Entei later on, but that should be fine. Nothing on his team wants to take this multi-attack now, so I'm just gonna fire it off. It's gonna hurt like hell. I could also defog. Let's take a look at my team here. How does my team like Stealth Rocks? Entei doesn't like them. The Stealth Rocks, I could just get rid of them for good. What does he switch into to take this hit, though? This is momentum that I want to keep. I'm just going to multi-attack. I don't want to overplay and defog. He's going to switch, but nothing wants to take this hit. Not even... Okay, my plays. Garbodor is going to come on in. So I'm going to multi-attack this. This could hurt. Good damage to that thing. It's going to be Rocky Helmet. Now I can defog away these rocks. I don't really think this can hurt me that much. I could fire off another huge multi-attack here to weaken this thing further. The rest of his team, he still has this and Weavile as his male types. As his male Pokemon. I'm going to go ahead and multi-attack again. Yeah, sure. I'm going to go ahead and multi-attack again. If I multi-attack this, I could go down to a move, and then I can bring in something else. If I defog to get rid of the rocks and Entei's healthy, I'm actually going to go ahead and defog. I want Entei to be able to take a hit. I'm going to go ahead and defog. I want Entei to be able to come in here and withstand something. I'm going to get rid of the stones, and he's going to go for spikes. Sure, I like the spikes better than the rocks. So now I'm going to multi-attack, and I'm going to force him to either hit me, or go ahead and use spikes again. So I'm going to multi-attack again. So one more of those is going to take this out. If he decides to knock me out, it's fine. He goes for Toxic, whatever. Go ahead and Toxic me, that's fine by me. Now something else can take this hit. Something else taking this hit, or this, is fine by me. I'm going to multi-attack again. Because this is very spammable right now, so I can fire this off. I'm going to take this out. Aftermath is going to activate, and Rocky Helmet damage, and Poison will probably finish me off. Overlooked Aftermath. Poison, that is definitely 12% right there. That's going to take me out. Yeah, that's going to take me out. So yeah, that's going to be enough to take me out. But now, knockoff spam is looking fine. I kind of want to go into my Miltank here. Because I'm thinking she's more expendable than everything else. I'm going to go into my Miltank here. If it goes Weavile, sure. That looks like Weavile to me. That's going to be Weavile. The name is Intense? It's got an intense name on there. Keldeo can come in on me. Can't really, it can take a Focus Punch. Kind of. I'm gonna attract. If he switches, wow. Damn it! Everything else on his team is genderless. So this is gonna be annoying for me to deal with. I can't deal with this. But this thing's got Volt Switch. This thing revealed Volt Switch. I'm gonna Icy Wind it. Gonna go ahead and Icy Wind this. I don't know what it's gonna want to do. It obviously does nothing, but I just wanted to slow it down for something else that I switch in. 3 minutes left till battle ends. He's gonna paralyze me. Uh-oh. Am I in the lead? Or am I not? I really don't want to win timer here, but I will. Oh, where it's 2-2. Uh-oh. So it could be a roll here. I kind of want to switch. A lot of my guys are healthy. I'm going to be paralyzed here. I don't think he could do anything to me. Does he switch? Or does he just hit me? I'm actually going to... What does he have to lose if he stays in? Nothing. I'm going to Focus Punch. He's probably just going to hit me. He stayed in. He Volt Switches. Oh, duh! He obviously won't switch. That was an obvious switch. That was so obvious. Oh, that was an obvious move. I screwed up. Stumbled under pressure a little bit. No focus punch. No, it's not going to do anything. If I can bring in Entei though, that's great. If he goes into kill, he goes back into this. What does this do to hit me? What does this do to hit? It can't hurt me. I know I live any hit from this. Come on. Be infatuated. I know you want to, Weavile. Knock off, sure. He crits me. He crits me? He crits me? Oh no. It's gonna come down to this 50% chance.
To risk it all, just one trainer and one Pokémon.
If I focus punch and wipe this thing out, I win. Ah. 50. He crits me! That might just make the difference. Ah! It's either Miltank to try to win by timer or Focus Punch to try to win by... He's gonna switch. So he's gonna try to win by timer. But I'm gonna hit this. I'm gonna hit this with a Focus Punch. If I don't get paralyzed. I'm gonna hit this with a Focus Punch. Does nothing, obviously. But if it was Weavile, I would have taken a big hit. So I think at the end here, you can just stall out the timer here. I know I will. I'll just leave it up to chance. Of course I will. Actually, no, I could switch. Switch to Entei, because Entei can take anything this thing wants to do. I defeated him! Oh! Timer. Chance of the timer. It came down to the timer, and that's great. It says I won. Oh, that's great that I barely went to timer. I thought that critical hit was seriously going to cost me the HP I needed there. I'm going to end that battle, but that's going to be a 4-4 victory for me, so no differential. I'm going to go to 6 and 3 plus 12. No differential increase. I got to talk to him about this. That was a great match. And he was good. I could tell he was good. He was making some pretty good plays. But I guess I was just as good, huh? Like literally just as good to be 4-4 to come down to timer like that. I thought I was going to lose to that critical. Miltank actually was not as expendable. It was very threatening to his team, kind of there at the end. Well, it wasn't threatening. It was going to go down eventually, but he had to work his way around it. He had to play his way around it. Unfortunately, he brought the Rotom, which I didn't think he was going to bring. But great work for my guys here. Great work for my guys. Miltank didn't get a KO, didn't get knocked out either, but was able to stall enough time at the end to win by timer, which I don't like to do. Really wish that didn't come down to it. But it was looking close. Entei was looking pretty clean there at the end, though, because Keldeo was weakened enough to be taken out by an extreme speed after a Sacred Fire. So I think Entei would have won it for me. And I also had Flame Charge. So I think Entei would have won it for me. But we'll never know. Cracks did good. I came in on Keldeo just as I wanted to. Got poisoned, which was annoying. But what can you do? I still weakened that Keldeo enough for Entei to be able to finish it. 4 o'clock. For Entei to be able to finish it. And excuse me. Yeah. So Cracks did good. Didn't go down, didn't get a kill. Entei stopped Jirachi sweeping. Assault Vest was definitely the bring that I had to bring. That was definitely the bring. Because if had I not had Assault Vest, Jirachi would have two-shot me. And it would have went way south from there. Sacred Fire, Flame Charge, I don't need to go through those. Entei was ready to clean out there at the end. Getting rid of Rhyperior was big for Entei. Weakening Keldeo enough was big for Entei. I didn't really expect a bulky Keldeo. That's not really what I was expecting at all. cast didn't see the field. Azarts did. I knew he was going to do big damage. I brought down that Garbodor, and he was only able to get one layer of spikes against me, and I got rid of Stealth Rocks, which Entei would have not liked. But spikes weren't that much of a problem after he set them up. And I did bring down that Garbodor. It was literally trading Zarks for Garbodor. That's basically what it was, because that's all they did. Right? Deontay, weakness policy, got rid of that Rhyperior, and then I was baited. I was so baited, and that should have been obvious to me, but it just didn't click. It should have been obvious to me. It was so baited that I would have a Rock Type move. I was baited like hell. I should have went for Earth Power. That would have been a great play. Knocking out Jirachi there would have been huge. But in the end, it didn't really matter, because I still won, didn't I? But that's my team. Great team there. Great battle. Even though it didn't only 4 KOs in the entire battle and it came down to timer, that was intense stuff. I wish I could have played that whole thing, because it would have, I don't know which way it would have went. He could have had some fancy stuff on his team I didn't know about. But even if Entei failed, I did have Kartana, which basically, if I predicted right, got a kill every time it came in. With his 4 guys left, Keldeo, Jirachi, I don't even remember. I'm losing my mind. But I think so. Maybe it got a KO every time it came in. I'll just take this off. Oh God, I should not have taken this off. But that's going to be the end of this. I'm going to have a talk to him about this intense battle. And I'll see you for the next one. I'm happy I won. Next week is against the Maryland Litwicks. The guys that slaughtered me week 1. And I want revenge. So I'll see you back for that. For that in a week. Goodbye, thanks for watching. Smell you later.